Guys, I clearly miss women's hoops, okay? Today was actually day 2 of the NBA's kickoff. They kicked off the season 2025 going to the 2026 season just yesterday, Monday. And tonight, guys, I decided to watch the LA Lakers take on the Golden State Warriors at the LA Lakers court. Now, first of all, this ain't the first time this mess has happened. YouTube TV needs to get it together. I missed the whole first quarter of the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers game due to the freaking Houston Rockets versus the Oklahoma Thunder game that continued to play on. That game had me so stressed out and annoyed. First of all, I don't really care for either one. I don't care for the Houston Rockets. I damn sure don't care for the Oklahoma Thunder. Boo Oklahoma, okay? That's just how I feel. How is it like y'all play terrible defense or just zero defense, if we're keeping it real, to the point where y'all go into overtime 2 times? Raggedy. And it's all, when you think about it, it was Kevin Durant's fault. Okay, he should have made both of those free throws. He should have been 2 for 2. That would have ended the game. The Houston Rockets would have freaking won, and I would have been able to watch the freaking Golden State Warriors take on the LA Lakers throughout the entire game. How is that possible, YouTube TV? You'll have a freaking game that says Golden State Warriors versus LA Lakers. And when I click on that game, the freaking Oklahoma Thunder versus Houston Rockets game is still on. Absolutely insane. Get it together. Now, watching this game, the Golden State Warriors came out on top. I was rooting for them. They were victorious, okay? Because the game concluded, guys. The game ended with the Golden State Warriors having 119 points compared to the Los Angeles Lakers 109 points. They lost by 10 points. Blowout in my opinion. Now, yes, we gotta bring the facts. They were without their king. What king? That mean King James, aka LeBron James, the LeBron James. Okay, he is out for what, at least 3 to 4 weeks, maybe maximum 4 weeks, minimum 3 weeks due to an injury. So I was like, you know what? I already know the Golden State Warriors. They obviously have that advantage. But Luka Doncic, let's be honest, without Luka really was keeping them in the game. Luka was doing his thing, but it wasn't enough, okay? Because again, without the king, the soldiers fell short because again, the king was not there to protect and lead and guide and instruct the soldiers, being the rest of the LA Lakers. Let's keep it all the way real. Man, the freaking Warriors, it was crazy watching this game. It was a very good pace. It was very physical, okay? It was giving, what they claim the WNBA is, okay? It was giving grotesque. It was giving bestiality, I'm sorry. It was giving beast mode. It was giving savage. It was giving, dare I say, thuggish, okay? Specifically in the second quarter, when we see Steph Curry and Marcus Smart getting into a little grapple. They was pulling on him, a little tussle, okay? And again, it was all Smart's fault, okay? Marcus Smart, literally, he knew what he did, okay? Now, he tried to get his lick back. He was trying to break even. Prior to him getting a flagrant 1 foul, okay, due to how he swung Steph Curry, prior to that play, Steph Curry had the ball possession, and he kind of gave him that oomph in the chest. Marcus Smart did not like that, okay? The foul was called on Steph Curry, and even he was looking kind of confused, like, oh, okay, well, what you want me to do? It is what it is. I kind of mushed him in the chest, because obviously I'm on offense, okay? I want to protect the ball. But they blew that whistle. The ball had to go the other way. Then, in the next play, we see Marcus Smart literally take his arm, wrap it around freaking Steph Curry's arm, and throw him to the ground. That's how he got that flagrant 1. And we saw them just mouthing off to each other. It looked like, Steph Curry said a lot of, colorful language that I will not repeat here on this channel. Okay, I try to keep it clean, at least no more than PG-13. But, it was getting real. It was getting real deal. I don't like chippy. It wasn't spicy. It was getting real between both Marcus Smart and Steph Curry, okay? But throughout this game, it was physical, and I loved it. Again, I'm a fan of aggression. I'm a fan of assertiveness. I'm a fan of physicality in professional sports. Again, this game was very fast paced. It was a good flow. It was a good pace. I liked how the Warriors maintained that composure for the majority of this game. Like I say, 75% of this game they were in front. But in the second quarter, prior to the halftime break, we did see the LA Lakers kind of get in front by just 1 point. 2 points. I think no more than like 3 points max. That was their biggest lead over the Warriors, okay? Because again, LeBron James was not there to defend his soldiers, and LeBron James Jr. was not there to defend his soldiers, okay? A little jokey joke. I was actually looking forward to him possibly getting some minutes played tonight. He did not, okay? Bronny James Jr., he was nowhere to be found. He was on that bench, actually, right? And a lot of people saying, like, rightfully so. Thank God. Had he entered the game, they would have been even worse. Okay, they would have even been more down bad. But every time the Warriors would get in front, they get in front by 2 points, 4 points, 6 points, 7 points, mainly in the second quarter. We see the freaking LA Lakers come out of nowhere and like cut down that lead down to say just 2 points, 1 point until they got in front eventually. The third quarter, the freaking Warriors punished the Lakers. Even though Steph Curry was out, okay? Now he wasn't out throughout the entire third quarter, but again, he ain't the only one who can make it rain threes. That's why the Warriors, they're hard to beat. See, Steph Curry took a little break. He took a little breather on the bench, and we see held just raining down threes. What could they do? What they couldn't do nothing. We see what's his name? Kuminga. He was raining down threes. It was like a hell fire of threes. The Lakers could not do anything about that. But in the fourth and final quarter, this is how I was getting scared. That was getting me annoyed. I was getting ticked off. We seen the LA Lakers like make a dash for it. They had cut down the freaking point deficit by like, what, 2 to 4 points, and like halfway through the fourth quarter, I was like, there's no way the Warriors are going to allow them to win and take this game. And of course, like, like they do best. They just started making it rain just threes on the freaking Lakers. And that's how they ultimately won today's game. So in the first quarter, we see the Warriors had 28 points. The Lakers scored 22 points. The second quarter comes around. The Warriors had 27 points. The Lakers had 32. The third quarter, the Warriors scored 35 points. The Lakers scored 25. And in the fourth and final quarter, guys, the Warriors scored 29 points compared to the Lakers' 30 points. Now let's get into the individual player stats. Let's start with the Warriors, okay, the winners first. Jimmy Butler had 31 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Jonathan Kuminga had 17 points, 6 assists, 9 rebounds. Draymond Green had 8 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Steph Curry had 23 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound. Brandon Podziemski had 7 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds. Will Richard had 5 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Buddy Hield, again, shout out to him. He had 17 points, 0 assists, 1 rebound. Gary Payton II had 6 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. And Al Horford had 5 points, 1 assist, and 5 rebounds. Now let's get into the Lakers, the losers, okay? Rua Hachimura had 9 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Austin Reeves had 26 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. DeAndre Ayton had 10 points, 0 assists, 6 rebounds. Luka Doncic, again, shout out to him. Let me do a little quick comparison. He was the leading scorer in tonight's game for both teams. Okay, Luka is him. He had 43 points, 9 assists, 12 rebounds, almost a triple-double. Y'all gotta give the man some praise, some glory. Gabe Vincent had 3 points, 1 assist, 0 rebounds. Jake LaRava had 5 points, 0 assists, 3 rebounds. Marcus Smart, okay, had 9 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds. And Jackson Hayes had 4 points, 1 assist, and 6 rebounds. Let's talk about the overall team stats for both teams. Okay, when it comes to field goals, the Warriors were 38 for 78. The Lakers were 42 for 77. Field goal percentages, the Warriors were at 48.7% accuracy compared to the Lakers' 54.5% accuracy. For three-pointers made, the Warriors were 17 for 40, whereas the Lakers were just 8 for 32. They got to get that together, okay? That translates to the three-point percentage accuracy for Warriors were 42.5%, whereas the Lakers was just 25%. For free throws, the Warriors were 26 for 29. The Lakers were 17 for 28, which translates to the Warriors having 89.7% accuracy compared to the Lakers' 60.7% accuracy. For rebounds, Warriors had 40, the Lakers had 39. Warriors had 9 offensive rebounds compared to the Lakers' 7. The Warriors had 31 defensive rebounds compared to the Lakers' 32. The Warriors had 29 assists, Lakers had 23. The Warriors had 4 blocks, Lakers had 2. Warriors had 10 steals, the Lakers had 7. Warriors had 18 turnovers, Lakers had 19. Points made in the paint, this is crazy. The Warriors only had 36 points made in the paint because, again, they rained them threes. And, again, it is what it is. It allowed them to win tonight's game. Now, whereas the Lakers had 62 points made in the paint. That's crazy. Now, when it comes to fouls, personal fouls, the Warriors had 27, Lakers had 21. I enjoyed tonight's game, guys. Okay, it was just something that just keep me held over, something to hold me over. Okay, it was just a little appetizer. I'm still waiting for the main meal, the main course, being women's college hoops. Okay, I got until November 4th. So if you guys see me, talking about the NBA up until then, or even prior after that, right? It is what it is. Okay, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta get my fix. Okay, when it comes to hoops. But guys, tell me who you were rooting for in tonight's game, Lakers versus Warriors, and who do you think will win a championship? Not just between them two, just any team, regardless, in the NBA. Okay, out of the 32 teams, who will win the 2026 NBA championship? In my mind, right now, if everybody stays healthy, I want the Warriors to win. But guys, comment down below your thoughts on who's going to win.